Hello everyone, good evening. I hope I am properly audible and visible to all of you. Good evening everyone, Jai Hind. Good evening. So yes, UPSC result has been declared. So now how is the josh of those people who are going for exam this year? Like UPSC result has been declared, and first of all, many congratulations to all those people who have cleared this examination. Okay, so your hard work, your consistency, your all those sacrifices, now that has got the fruits, it has got the result. So many congratulations to all those who have cleared this examination. And some of you who have not been there in the final list, you have to just consider this one part. You are on that edge, you are on that border, and just with a little bit extra effort, you are going to clear this examination. Now those who are going for this year paper, like 2025 prelims, and those who are preparing for even the next year, now this is the high time for you. This is going to give you that idea that once you clear the examination, once you clear the exam, once you like perform in this, then after getting the result, what is the feeling? So keep that one thing in mind. Like many a times you are having this one doubt, many a times you are having this one confusion in mind, that what if you are not able to clear the exam? You may have thought about it multiple times, that what if you are not able to clear? But think about this also, that what if you clear the exam? So try to see the positive part also. Try to see this, like this can bring that positivity in you. This can bring that transformation in you. Try to focus on the positive part, that what if you clear the exam? What if you clear the exam? What if you are selected? What if you are there in the first rank? Just visualize yourself in that first rank, that what you will do. What will be that feeling? What will be that emotion when you are clearing the exam, when you see that name of yours in that list? Okay, so keep that part to yourself, keep that motivation to yourself, and it should come from within you. It should come from within you. So whenever you are having these negative thoughts, that what if the prelims, I am not able to clear the prelims exam or mains exam, try to replace that thought process by just seeing this part. What if I clear the exam? What if I get selected? So that is going to give you that positive boost. So try to like give these positive affirmations to yourself also. Try to bring these positive affirmations to you, that what if you do it? Just think about it, and it will give you that much of confidence. It will give you that positive energy to do something. When you are thinking about something negatively, it lowers down your energy. But when you think about it positively, it is going to give you that extra energy to work for it. Okay, so try to replace your thought process. And you know, like you all have read science, you all have read bio, you may have read about the human brain. The frontal lobe of our brain decides all these feelings, decide all these emotions. And there is one part about the frontal lobe. It is under our control. It is always in our control. So you can decide what you want to think. So when you are preparing for exam, when you are at any place, try to see this part. Try to think about this, that what you can do, what you can achieve. Don't worry about what you can't do or what may not happen. Focus on what you can do. So this is one part. Now, the topics which we are going to see today, there is one more thing. We have the Earth Day also today. So this year the theme is our power, our planet. So 22nd April is also the Earth Day. Okay. And now the topics which we are going to discuss in today's session, the first topic is Pope Francis. Okay. You may have seen this part, that India has declared a 3-day state mourning for Pope Francis. So then we have to look into this, that who is Pope Francis, why he is so much popular, and what all things are related with him. Okay, so we will discuss about Pope Francis. He recently died. Then we are going to discuss about him. Then we are going to talk about this space docking. You know that ISRO has got this SpaceX mission, and earlier in the month of June itself, we have done the space docking experiment. Now for the second time, space docking has been performed again. So this shows that our capability is just not a one-time thing. It is a permanent endeavor. It is a permanent experience or skill which ISRO is acquiring. Then the third part is galaxy and dark matter. This is also one topic which is there in the news today. A new galaxy and a promise or a hope that it will help us to understand the dark matter. So that is the third topic which we are going to discuss. And fourth topic is about creative economy. So we will see this from the mains angle, that what do we mean by creative economy, what can be the possible benefits of it, what are the challenges in it. So this is one thing which we are going to see, creative economy. Okay. Now there was one question, I think that was from Anjali a few days ago. Kleptoparasitism, that is it important for UPSC or not? Last year in the month of September, there was this one article about kleptoparasitism. So why this was there in the news? It is basically a parasitism generally seen in the seabirds. There are certain seabirds who are not catching their own food or who are not collecting their own food. Rather than that, they are acting as pirates. That some of the seabirds are collecting their food, and these pirate birds, they are snatching the food from those seabirds who have collected for themselves. So this is something which is called as kleptoparasitism. And what has been seen that due to this practice of snatching the food from other birds, some of them have also been exposed to the avian influenza. So that's why this kleptoparasitism was there in the news. Kleptoparasitism. So it was there in the news just for this purpose, that it has led to the spread of avian influenza. Okay, avian influenza. So that was one part. Yes, there was one more question about Arctic, and I'm sorry that I have not been able to add that part. But yes, in upcoming class, maybe tomorrow, I will add that portion, that what are the neighboring countries of Arctic. Although we have discussed that in past, but we will discuss that again. Okay, so that is one thing. Now, last day I have asked you this one question, that why do you want to become a civil servant, and what is the motivation behind it? So I have got only a few answers. Only a few people have told me that why do you want to become a civil servant? Okay. There was another question, that what are the benefits of space technology for the common people? So there again a few answers. I expect more answers from many of you. So why I am giving this question, I have explained you last day also. You have to think about it. You have to develop your personality, that if you are getting any questions like this, you should be able to answer it. You should be able to think about it. You should be able to answer it. So take it as your homework. Take it as your homework for the classes. Whenever I am giving you a question, you have to think about it and you have to give answer there. You can write it in keywords itself, that will be sufficient, but you have to write it. Okay. So let's see some questions. With reference to cloudburst, consider the following statement. A cloudburst typically involves rainfall of more than 100 mm in an hour over a small area. They occur only during the monsoon season and only in the Himalayan region. Cloudbursts are always associated with thunder and lightning. I can understand some of you are going through many classes, some of you have exam also there in your hand, but then there are other people also, those who are preparing for 26, 27, they can answer. So those who are going for 25, even if you skip that homework, that's fine. But those who are going for 26, 27, you have to mandatorily give the answer. That is now mandatory part. Okay. Otherwise, you will get that feedback in your copy and you have to get it signed like in the school time. D option, A option. Anything else? A option. So I think this is very much easy question. I think all of you can answer this quite easily. If we look at this, a cloud burst typically involves rainfall of more than 100 mm. 100 mm is 10 centimeter in an hour over a small area. So 10 by 10 area, that is correct. They occur only during the monsoon, that is incorrect. They are always associated with thunder and lightning, that is also incorrect. So answer here is of course option number A, that is one only. Okay. So here the answer is option number A, not option number D. It is option A. Consider the following statement regarding Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary. It is located in Madhya Pradesh and lies in the Chambal River Basin. It has been selected as one of the sites under India's Project Cheetah. It has moist and semi-evergreen vegetation. So this is question number 2. This is question number 2 about Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary. So this is also a comparatively easier question. I think you all can answer. Question number 2 again. Options are 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 1 and 3, and 1, 2 and 3. So this also I think everyone can give the answer. That is very simple. Option number 1 and 2. Okay. Then this, look at the third question. The third question is saying, which of the following correctly pairs the satellite type with the most appropriate orbit? Which of the following correctly pairs the satellite type with the most appropriate orbit? First is saying communication satellite, low Earth orbit. Remote sensing satellite, sun synchronous orbit. Navigation satellite, geostationary orbit. So these are the three options. Which of the following correctly pairs the satellite type with the most appropriate orbit? First is saying communication satellite, low Earth orbit. Second is saying remote sensing satellite, sun synchronous orbit. Third is saying navigation satellite, geostationary orbit. So select the correct answer using the code given below. Okay. C option. So you are all removing this remote sensing satellite from the sun synchronous orbit. So this is just for your addition. First thing, when we talk about the communication satellite are having the most appropriate orbit at the geostationary orbit. Apart from Starlink, which is creating a chaos in the space, apart from Starlink, all other communication satellites have been placed in middle Earth orbit or high Earth orbit. They are not being placed in the lower Earth orbit. Why? It will create challenge. Okay. So generally the communication satellites are there in the higher Earth orbit for enhanced coverage. Okay. The first option is incorrect. Now I know that when you have seen sun synchronous orbit, you may have thought about that it is synchronizing the sun. No, sun synchronous orbit means, suppose that we are having the Earth here, so there will be an orbit which will be following the movement of sun on the Earth. There will be orbit following the movement of sun on the Earth. Means if the sun rays is incident here, so satellite will be on this portion. Like suppose as the sun is moving through the different portions of earth, it also changes its position according to that. Okay, so suppose that at 2 a.m., let us say at 2 p.m., this satellite is here. So next day at 2 p.m., it will again be here only. Okay, so sun synchronous orbit is something which we see like it is moving according to the position of sun. Please give us question for practice. Raghavendra, when you have seen the session without questions, we always practice the question. We have been practicing questions on daily basis. So this is the question from the last day session. So we have discussed about the different types of orbits and the satellites which are placed here. So sun synchronous orbit is just there, and remote sensing satellites, the ones which are used for weather forecasting or others, so they are placed in this sun synchronous orbit. So second one was correct here, third one was correct here, first one is incorrect. So answer is 2 and 3. Okay, so that answer here is option number 2 and 3. Okay, so this is one part. What are the different types of satellites? These questions were there on that basis. Okay, now so we are starting with today's question, today's topic. The first topic here is about this part, that the Pope Francis, he died last day. Okay, so across the world, those who are believers of Christianity, especially those who are Catholics, okay, so they are like mourning throughout the world. Even people of other religion, they also used to give huge regard to Pope Francis. Okay, so let us discuss a few things about him, that why Pope Francis was so much famous. Okay, and then we will also try to understand how the Pope is like selected, who will become the Pope and who will not become the Pope, how it is selected. Let us try to see that also. Okay, so when we are talking about the Pope, he was elected in 2013. Okay, he was elected in 2013, and his predecessor was Pope Benedict. So Pope Benedict resigned from his post, and then he was succeeded by Pope Francis. But this name Pope is called as the Papal name. It is called as the Papal name. Means once a person has been elected as a Pope, then he decides that what name he is going to take. What name he is going to take, or what will be the name by which people will know him. The people will know him by which name, that is being decided by the Pope. So normally what they do is, they select the name on basis of any such saint, any saint or any person who are their ideals. Okay, those who are ideals of the Pope, from there they are like taking their name. Okay, right now, Hardik, I don't have this information because I was just there in class, and after that we have started this class. So by the end of the day, after 9 p.m. class, then I will get to know this information about this. Okay, अध्ययन बैच की आज की क्लास प्ले नहीं हो रही. Okay, Ashutosh, I will inform the team about it. Okay, so now see, when we are talking about the Pope, so they are getting a papal name like Pope Francis. So Pope Francis was not his actual name. He has taken upon this name. That like after his election as the Pope, he decided that this will be the name by which the world will know him. Okay. Now, if we look at this, if we talk about Pope Francis, so why Pope Francis was so much famous? We see that he used to have this simplicity and humility. If you have seen the pictures of Pope, you may have seen that he used to travel in simple vehicles, he used to wear simple clothes. Okay, so he was known for that simplicity for humility. Okay, he is the highest regarded person in case of Christianity, in case of especially the Catholics, and he is like the highest person in that religion, in Christianity. But then also he was quite humble, he was quite simple. So he was accepted throughout the world. Everyone, most of the people, they were admiring Pope Francis. Okay. Then what we see that he was focusing on the poor and marginalized. Okay. So he was, although he was from Europe and other portions, but he was a critic of consumerism and income inequality. He was a critic of this. So he was emphasizing upon social justice and care for the poor people. So that is why Pope Francis is quite much famous. But not only this, there is a significant part, okay, and that significant part is this interfaith dialogue. Like, this is the most important part, that during the time of Pope Francis, he has visited those countries which are like dominated by other religions. For example, he has visited UAE, he has visited even Iraq. Okay. So Pope Francis was also close to India, although India is, let's say, a plural country. But then also, he also have gone to those countries which are believed to be a fundamentalist countries, or which are believed to be of a different religion. So there also he was going, and he was promoter of interfaith dialogue. He was promoter of this interfaith dialogue. So that's why he is given high regard across the religion. Okay. Then you will find that he has also advocated for church reforms. Okay. He has advocated for this church reform. Okay. This part is like he has advocated for transparency. He has also taken steps to address the sexual abuse scandals and many more things. Now, there is one more thing. Even on environmental front, what we see that he was calling for like protecting the planet. He was calling for protecting the planet. Now, there is one more very radical move. One more very radical move which was like, which generally is not like taken very much politely in case of Catholics or in case of Christianity. And that was about transgender people. In case of church, we see that transgender peoples are not regarded that much. So what we see that he was the person, okay, he was the person who has urged the compassion for LGBTQ individuals. Okay. So this is one part, that even for the LGBTQ group, he was advocating for the compassion. Although it's not that it has entirely reformed the church policies and all with respect to the LGBTQ people, with respect to the transgender people. But then during the time of Pope Francis, he was for the rights of these people, the compassion towards these people. Okay. So that is also one part why Pope Francis was different from other pope in Catholic Christianism. Then at the same time, he has given some writings also. Evangelii Gaudium, the joy of the gospel, Laudato Si, which is related to environment, and Fratelli Tutti, which is basically about human fraternity and social fraternity. Okay. So what we see that there are some notable writings also. And you can also see his quotations. You can see his quotations. Who am I to judge? Okay. So if there is talking about the gay individuals, like if we talk about the gay rights, so in that context also, Pope used to say that who am I to judge? Why would I judge anyone? Why would I judge that who should see God and who should not? So this is one part, who am I to judge? Then money has to serve, not to rule. The second part was money was to serve, it was not to rule. And then the third part about the environment, that let us protect with love all that God has given us. Okay. So it was said that during the time of Pope Francis, there was too many reform or many such positive outlook in Christianity also. There was positive outlook in Christianity also. So this is one part why Pope Francis is given very high regard. Okay. Now, there is one part. How is the Pope elected? The Pope is elected. How this election will go on? Okay. How this election will go on? If we talk about this, how this election and everything will go on. So let's talk about this part. First, suppose that there are certain people who are called as cardinals. There are certain people who are called as cardinal. So they are like chief of churches. They are like the chief of churches. Okay. So they are called as cardinals. Okay. They are called as cardinals, and they will be electing. They will elect the Pope. Okay. They will elect the Pope. So they are having this duty of electing the Pope. But this process takes place in the Vatican City. This process takes place in the Vatican City, in the Sistine Chapel. There is a particular location. There is a particular location of Sistine Chapel and all these places, which you can see here. This is the location where all this election and other processes will take place. And this is a very confidential election process. This is a very confidential election process. No mobile phones, no internet, no communication from outside. So the cardinals are sitting there. They decide among themselves. They start voting. And if there is 2/3 majority, then by that a person is elected as a Pope. So it is not 50-50, it is by 2/3 majority that a person is elected as a Pope. So there are like, if you see here, that once they are elected, then fumes are released, like white fumes are released. And from there the people get the idea that okay, now the Pope has been elected. And then the Pope is first choosing a name which is called as Papal name. Once the Pope has chosen the Papal name, then he comes out in front of people and he gives blessings to the people, or he gives his first blessings to the people or talk to the people. So then by the cardinals themselves, the Pope is elected. So this all takes place in the Vatican City. Okay. Normally you will find that these cardinals, they are dressed in these red attires. These red attires are there of the cardinals. They are the chief. They are called as the princes of the church. They are called as the princes of the church or head of church. So they are choosing the Pope. So now we see that Pope Francis is dead. So a new Pope is going to be elected. There is one special thing about Pope Francis, that after a very long period of time, it is said that after 1200 years, there is a Pope from outside of Europe. Okay. There is a Pope who is from outside Europe. He is from Argentina. Pope Francis was from Argentina. So first time there was a Pope who was outside of Europe. That was also one famous thing about Pope Francis. Okay. So this is the first part. Okay. There is also this one thing. There are two different sects, although there are multiple categories. There are multiple categories among Christians also, but there are two major groups. One is called as Catholics, one is called as Protestants. Okay. So Catholics are those who are they considered their origin from the 1st century AD, whereas the Protestants are those who are seeking the Reformation and all. Okay. So here, if we talk about the Catholics, they believe in Bible, church tradition, whereas Protestants are much more reformed. So they believe more in the Bible only. Okay. For the Catholics, the Pope is the highest figure, whereas in case of Protestant, they give honor to the Pope, but don't consider him as the head of the religion. They consider the head of religion to be God only, that God will be seeing all these things. Okay. So what we see that, so they consider Pope as the leader, whereas in Protestant, they are not choosing the Pope as leader. So that is one major difference between Catholics and Protestants. So this is one part. Who is Pope Francis? Who was Pope Francis? Like, what is the election process of Pope Francis? Why Pope Francis was famous? And what are the two different groups, Catholics and Protestants? So I hope this part is clear. Any doubt in this? Any doubt here that who are Catholics, who are Protestants? Audio, video or mismatch? I hope everyone is getting it properly. Adhyan batch. Central bank digital currency. Okay, we will discuss that. Central bank digital currency. Okay, don't worry about it. Veneration of Mary means regarding Mother Mary. Mother Mary means it is believed by the Catholics. It is believed by the Catholics. Okay, it is their religious feeling. It is their religious sentiment that Mother Mary, who gave birth to the God Jesus Christ, so she has given birth miraculously, means by magic, by miracle. She has given birth to Jesus Christ. Okay, so it is considered that she remained virgin. She remained virgin, but by miracle she has given birth to the God or Jesus Christ. Okay, so it is often said as Mother Mary or Virgin Mary. Okay, so then they are given high regard by Catholics. But on the other hand, the Protestants who are there, they give regard to Mother Mary, but not that much that they believe everything what is being said by the Catholics. Okay, so that is one thing, that veneration is just about giving that regard. Okay, so this is one part. Now coming to the second portion, that is space docking. Okay, the second topic is space docking. So we had this one mission, SpaceX. You all know that we had this one mission, SpaceX mission. Okay, and in SpaceX mission, we have seen that in the SpaceX mission, we have seen that there is docking of the two parts of satellites or two different satellites in the space. Now I have got this one like information that there was a question on SpaceX in your mock test also, which was organized on this Sunday. So how many of you have given wrong answer of that? There was this one question about a SpaceX mission. I think that was there in the mock test on Sunday. So any one of you who have given wrong answer of it? SpaceX mission. First of all, how many of you have given that test? And how much you have scored? Or you have not given that test? That can also be there. So none of you are replying, so I am taking that you have not given the test. I assume that you have not given it. Or you have skipped this question. अच्छा skip कर दिए question को या test को. So that was an easy question. That was not a difficult question. I have seen that question here. One of the students has shown that to me. Okay, so this SpaceX mission was there. SpaceX mission is about docking of two spacecraft in space. Okay, docking means joining them, combining them. If we talk about this, it is combining them or joining them. So it is about the combining two different spacecraft in space. Okay, so that is a SpaceX mission. Now where it was done? It was done in low Earth orbit. It was done in low Earth orbit. Okay, it was done in low Earth orbit. Now think about this. Even if you look at this International Space Station, So International Space Station is not like 36,000 kilometers above the surface of Earth. The International Space Station is also at a distance of like 400-500 kilometers from the surface of Earth. Even all other space stations which are planned in future, they are also going to be at almost the same height, 400-450 kilometers. That is the lower Earth orbit. So we are planning to have this space docking, or we have done this space docking. We have done this space docking in the lower Earth orbit itself. So there was a chaser and there was a target. There was a chaser and there was a target. So what we see that in this case, this chaser was chasing one of the mission or one of the satellite, and it was going for the docking. So it was first time conducted in the month of June itself. January itself. It was launched on 30th December, and then gradually on 9th of January we have got this space docking in the space. That was planned for 9th, but it was later on extended. So what we see that on January 16 the actual distance was reduced, and after that this docking was completed. So this was done in the middle of January. Now we are there in the month of April, and again we have done this experiment to show this capability that we can do it multiple times. So why we are doing it? Why we are doing this? We are doing it to demonstrate the capability. Demonstrate the capability. And for what purpose? Like why we are demonstrating this also? So that in future we can build a space station. We can build space station. So we have a plan. We have a plan of having Bharatiya Antariksh Station. We have a plan of having this Bharatiya Antariksh Station in future in 2035. So when we are planning for that, we have to get that skill, we have to get that capability, and for that we are having this SpaceX mission. So we have done it in the month of January also, we are doing it now also. Now just tell me one part. If we are talking about this SpaceX mission, which type of launch vehicles has been used for this SpaceX? Which launch vehicle has been used for this SpaceX? Is it PSLV? Is it GSLV? Or is it the LMV? LMV, GSLV or PSLV? Which one has been used for the space docking? PSLV, one answer from Shiv Shankar that it was PSLV. Anyone else? What was used here? PSLV, GSLV, SSLV, LMV? So remember this one part, it was using this PSLV. It was the C60 mission or PSLV 60th mission, which was launched on 30th of December 2024. So it was also done using the PSLV. So that is a simple experiment. In last year, we have got 5-6 different experiments by India. First one is, you can see, we have got a XPOSAT, X-ray polarimetry. Then we have also got this like a SpaceX mission. We have also sent NVS-02. We have sent NVS-02. Then we have also sent a communication satellite using Falcon 9. So there are only some 4 or 5 different like experiments, or you can say that space missions in 2024 and 2025 combined together. So there are 5 different experiments in these 2 areas, in these 2 years, which are relevant for your exam. Prior to that, we have got this Aditya L1. So in this year also, Aditya L1 can still be asked that why we have put it, why we have sent it. So Aditya L1 and these missions, these 5-6 missions. So for the exam, you have to just consider these things in your mind. SpaceX, Exposat, Aditya L1. Then we have this Falcon. For Falcon, we have done first time collaboration for our communication satellite. Then we have this navigation system also, NVS-02. So these were the important space missions in the last 1.5 years. So you have to keep only that thing in mind. If you remember these 5-6, your most of the work from ISRO portion is done. Okay. So here, let's come to the next topic. Let's come to the next topic here again. Galaxy and dark matter. So now some of you have read dark matter in the crash course classes also. We have discussed about that. So many of you can tell me what is dark matter. Some of you have read this dark matter in your foundation class also, some in your general science classes also. Some of you have read that in science tech classes also, and some in current affairs also in Adhyan batch. So tell me, what is dark matter? What is dark matter? What do we understand by dark matter? See, what is the context of the story here? When we are talking about this article, it says that there is a galaxy. There is a galaxy. The name of the galaxy has been called as Bullseye. It has been called as Bullseye galaxy. So it has been seen that there is a galaxy situated many lakh light years away from us. But this galaxy is not having huge amount of visible matter. This galaxy is not having huge amount of visible matter, the matter which we can see, the ordinary matter. So there is a chance that it is going to contain a huge amount of dark matter. So for this very reason, it is believed that if we are going to read about this galaxy, if we are going to study about this galaxy, if we are going to observe this galaxy, then we might be able to understand more about the dark matter. Okay. So listen to this again. Why this is important? What is the main idea? What is the crux of this entire story? There is a galaxy. This galaxy is called as Bullseye. There are 9 different concentric circles which are passing through this galaxy. Okay. There are 9 different circles which are passing through this, or which are making this galaxy. Normally in a galaxy we see 2 or 3 circles, but here it is having 9 circles. Why 9 circles? There is one explanation. Listen to this very carefully. There is one explanation. It has been said that a smaller galaxy has passed through this galaxy. एक small galaxy इस galaxy से होकर pass की थी, and this has caused creation of these concentric circles in this Bullseye galaxy. तो ये तो एक part है कि we have observed it. The second part of it, the second part is here, that this Bullseye galaxy, the majority of this galaxy is not consisting of the visible matter. Okay, we are just seeing the boundaries. We are just seeing the boundaries, but we are not seeing any matter inside it. So then it is believed that this galaxy may be consisting of huge amount of dark matter. Now, what is dark matter? Dark matter are certain objects of which we don't know anything. Dark matters are certain matters which may be present in the universe. They have a huge gravitational force. They have huge gravitational attraction, but they are not visible. We are not able to see them. We are not able to get any signals from them, but they are existing. We see that there is gravitational pull due to them. There is gravitational lensing due to them, but then we are not able to see them directly. We are not able to detect them. Now, this galaxy is having enormous amount of dark matter. So right now, scientists believe that if it is having sufficient amount of dark matter, by observing this galaxy, we might be able to understand about what is dark matter, what are the properties of dark matter. So I hope first this thing is clear. What is this galaxy? This galaxy has been named Bullseye. Okay. Then it has got enormous amount of dark matter. This has got enormous amount of dark matter. So if we are going to study about this, we will be able to understand that what are the properties of dark matter. Right now, when we talk about dark matter, so properties are unknown. Properties are unknown, that what it is made up of. Is there atom? Is there electron? Is there proton? Is there neutron? Is there any charge on them or not? How do they interact with particle? What they are made up of? So we don't know about this part. But we do know that there is one thing for sure, these are exerting. They exert gravitational force. They exert the gravitational force. So this is the only thing which we know here. And now we believe that when we will read about this galaxy, when we will read about this Bullseye galaxy, we will get to know about the dark matter. So this is one assumption, this is one belief. It's not that we have proved what is dark matter. It's not that we have said that, okay, this galaxy is only made up of dark matter. There is an assumption, there is a belief that maybe it is made up of dark matter, and in future we might be able to detect the properties of it. So that's why this Bullseye galaxy is quite famous right now. I hope that part is clear. What is Bullseye galaxy? And it is just at a distance of 1,30,000 light years. So it is only at a distance of 1,30,000 light years. Means it will take light 1,30,000 years to reach to this galaxy. So from here you can understand, okay, this Bullseye galaxy is also considered to be 2.5 times bigger than our Milky Way galaxy. So it is supposedly 2.5 times bigger than Milky Way. Our galaxy, which is Milky Way galaxy, so it is believed that it is 2.5 times bigger than our galaxy. Okay. So if we are able to detect more about this, then we will be able to understand about the dark matter. Okay. So this is the story about this Bullseye galaxy. Okay. Now coming to the next part, there is this editorial. The creative pathway or pathway of India towards this creative economy. Do such telescopes have the capability to observe or study the activities occurring here? We have not even used James Webb Space Telescope. Even the Hubble telescope which was there, it has detected this Bullseye galaxy. So the predecessor of James Webb Space Telescope, even that was capable to see this galaxy. These galaxies are releasing huge amount of light out of them. When that light is coming to us, then we are able to detect them. So even the Hubble telescope has been able to detect it. Okay. Now, when we talk about this article, it is about creative economy. Now, what is creative economy? Just let me give you one idea about it. Just let me give you one simple idea about it. That what do we understand by creative economy? Creative means something different, something unique, something which is revolutionary in nature. Okay. So there are certain examples of creative economy. Like for example, you have this refrigerator, which is made up of soil. So mitti cool clay refrigerators. Then we have this washing machine, paddle powered washing machine. Then we have this one option, amphibious bicycle. Okay, means a bicycle which you can use to cross the rivers also. You may have seen that in many of the series, in many of the house, now you may not be getting that story. You may not be getting that story, but earlier you may have seen that the parents were telling their children, that you are getting all the facilities, you are getting mobile phones, you are getting internet, you are getting bike, you are getting car, you are getting bus and all other things. In our times, it was just like we were crossing the river. We were walking for 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers or 5 kilometers to go to school or colleges. Okay, so you may have seen this part in various like discussions that the previous generation are telling the newer generation that in our time it was a very hard situation. There was many hardships which we have to go through. Like nowadays, it's not that much. Okay, but when we talk about the 50s, 60s, 70s, it was enormously difficult for those people to get education and all. Okay, so that the people who are belonging to that generation, maybe the grandparents, they might tell you this part, that in our times there was no such road, there was no such bridges. We used to cross the river and then we used to go for schools. So now you can say them that okay, you have this one option, amphibious cycle. So you can take that cycle, you can even use that cycle on the rivers also. You can use this cycle to cross the rivers also. But I think you get the point that what is creative economy? What is creative economy? So when creativity comes from the people and when they are transforming it in form of an innovation, then that creates the economy. Okay, then that creates that economy. So what we see that here there is something out of the box. There is something which is out of the box. There is something which is revolutionary in nature. But there is one part. Like when we are talking about this creativity, a creativity alone cannot bring revolution. Creativity is doing something new. It is like doing something new, doing something novel or unique. Means people are able to design many things. You may have seen that at the small levels, at village level, at a small town levels, there are so many innovations, there are so many changes which are done by people. They are trying to transform the various articles, they are trying to bring change in that. Okay. But then if they are lacking the support comes from the policy, the support comes from the like capital, the support comes from guidance, okay, market access. If there is platform, so if they are not getting this support, if they are not getting the policy support, if they are not getting the capital support, if they are not getting the guidance for it, if they are not getting the market access, if they are not getting the right platform, then this creativity doesn't get converted into innovation. Innovation means something which can bring change in the society. Some creativity which can revolutionize society, So what we see that in India, we have got significant amount of creativity. Across the country, there is so many creativity. People are trying to be creative in so many ways. But then many a times they are lacking that support, they are lacking that help, and their product or their ideas, their innovations are not coming in, their ideas are not becoming the innovations. Like some of the IIT graduates, they have created a design for movement of water following the same trend as the ants do. When we are talking about the ants, the red ants or any ant, the cheetah, when we are talking about these ants, what we see that when they are building the nest in their soil or any place, so they are digging many such small canals. They are digging many such small canals. Why they are digging those canals? So that if water is coming to their area, it can escape through those canals, it can be diverted, it can be rerouted to multiple areas. So that is one form of creativity shown by the ants. They have used this creativity to survive. They have used this to survive in the soil where water can easily percolate. But they have made different tunnels by their own. They have created their small tunnels. The tunnels which can divert the water to different areas. Now you know that in India there are various areas, for example Assam, for example Bihar, Jharkhand, Uttar Pradesh, and many other regions which are consistently getting the flooding. In parts of Manipur also we are having flooding. In parts of other states also we are having flooding. So this is a creativity which was shown by some IIT graduates, that we can have a tunnel like a structure which can divert water to different regions in case of excess water, in case of flooding. We can store that water, we can do the rainwater harvesting. But then it requires the support. When that creativity meets the support, then only it becomes a transforming innovation for the society. So what we see that India is full of creative people. India is full of creative people. But then the lack of support is creating a challenge. But even though what we see that in India, the creative economy is also growing. Okay. The creative services export, they have got this value of 1.4 trillion. So while many of these products are not getting that much in India, they are selling outside. They are getting outside also, and they are getting huge amount of money also. At the same time, creative good exports, it has reached $713 billion. Okay. What we see that creative economy, it is generating $2 trillion annually, and it supports 50 million jobs worldwide. Okay. So we see that while this sector is growing, it is concentrated in a few hands. It is getting concentrated in a few hands. Only a few people are getting the benefit of this. Okay. Only a few people are getting the benefit of this. So what we need to do is, we need to provide them the right support. What support? You have seen here that we want to give the support to them in form of policy, in form of capital, in form of mentoring or guidance, in form of market access, in form of the right platform. Okay. So this is what is care economy and what we need to do for them. Okay. So I hope this part is clear. What is care economy and what are the challenge or what can be the solution for this care economy. Now think about this. Many of these care economies, they can also help to conserve the environment. They can also help to conserve the environment. Like there was one demand from you. There was one demand for you to give a mains question. So apart from this one question, I will give you another part. Discuss the need of supporting creative economy in India. So this is one question for you. The first question is, what steps has been taken by India for reducing pollution in the cities? Okay. And second question is this one, that discuss the need of supporting creative economy in India. So these are the two questions. Those who are appearing for next year, you have the time, you have all those things. Try to find out the time for giving answers for them in the comment box. Okay. So just mention your keywords, that what you will write about this thing. Okay. Think about this question. Think about this question from all the angles. Why do we need it from environment purpose? Why do we need it from the social purpose? Like how it is going to benefit the people? how it is going to benefit the women, how it is going to benefit the young people. Okay, so this is one part. Shaheen, what was your question again? Can you repeat your question again? What was your question? Good evening. Prachi, we are having classes from 5 to 6. 5 to 6. And like this is one information for all of you who are joining late or anything. We have classes from 5 to 6 in the evening from Monday to Friday. So here we discuss those current affairs. We also try to solve some questions on them on the next day. Okay. So monthly you are getting something around 60 questions for practice and around 80 plus topics for your current affairs. Okay. Result के बारे में, Vikram, you have joined late. You have joined late, so that's why you are not, you didn't get that idea that what I have said about result. How to forget something? Try to remember something else. Give more weightage to something else. You will forget the things. Okay. Try to give more weightage to something else, then you will forget things. Of course, there are so many challenges which you face in your life, emotionally, mentally. But if you want to forget something, just try to remember something new. Just replace it by something new. Then you will be able to concentrate also. You will be able to use your energy positively also. Okay. So that will be all for today. Once again, many congratulations to all those who have cleared the exam, and at the same time, all the best to all of you who are going for exam this year or next year. Okay. Thank you everyone. Answer these questions. Let's meet tomorrow at the same time. At 5 p.m. Okay. And then with some of you in the classes of crash course. Okay. Okay, Mohit. Point taken. Okay. So thank you everyone. Take care. Thank you.